Hi everyone, welcome to the next session on ZyNerd's NEET PG Info series. Today we will be looking at Andhra Pradesh government quota in very detail. It will be a very long session. We will also split across these session into different videos specifically mentioning under each topic. There will be a lot of queries on Andhra Pradesh government quota counseling. Majority of the queries are one with respect to the eligibility of local, non-local, and second with respect to what happens when I move between Andhra Pradesh government quota, management quota. We'll specifically deal with each of these queries in detail, and if you have to specifically deal with each of these queries in detail, it has to be a detailed one, which is a long one. We'll definitely split it across into smaller ones, videos, in case you want to watch it later. So first we will look at the entire eligibility rules, regulations of Andhra Pradesh, very quickly browsing through what seats are available and the application requirements, etc. Eligibility and application requirements. Second, we will go through the rules of last year's rounds, which are very critical for you. Whether or not there are changes, understanding last year's rules and managing your counseling accordingly is very important. We do that for you in a very detailed way. And then we will also look at what are the how to look at data as far as the Andhra Pradesh counseling is concerned, where each seat closed, etc. How we will be looking at data. So stay till the end. We will have the rules, especially of rounds, and the information on joining, exit, etc. towards the final part of the presentation. So we'll start with the seats under Andhra Pradesh state quota counseling. Here we are looking at one counseling, which is Andhra Pradesh government quota counseling. Andhra Pradesh has two counselings. One is the government quota counseling and another is the management quota counseling. So management, in case you are looking at private seats in Andhra Pradesh, you do not belong to Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. You did not do your MBBS from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. You will be eligible for Andhra Pradesh management quota seats, which usually are termed to as BCAT, which are available for on an all India basis. Anybody across India is eligible. This is not for you. This session is not for you. This is for candidates who belong to AP or Telangana, basically a domicile or from AP or Telangana who have been a resident, or those candidates who have done their MBBS from AP or Telangana. So they are eligible for government quota. Beyond these, there will be other eligibilities too. So if you're looking at those eligibilities, you can continue with the presentation. In case you are an in-service candidate, in-service seats of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana also allotted to through the government quota counseling. So you'll have to register for the government quota counseling for these seats. So we'll get into the seats that are available. 50% of all government medical college seats are available. We are hearing that Andhra Pradesh state government quota seats will increase this year, which is a very good news. And some of them have already been permitted, though not updated in NMC. When they are updated in NMC, we'll let you know. We will update it in ZyNerd in the front page, in the dashboard as well, and also in the Telegram group. Other than this, there are 50% of SVIMS Tirupati seats. SVIMS Tirupati is an autonomous institute, but still 50% of SVIMS Tirupati are allotted to All India counseling. The rest 50% are allotted through state quota, which AP, anybody who is eligible for AP government quota is eligible for. And then you have 50% of seats in private institutes, private medical colleges in Andhra Pradesh. These come under the state government quota at a reduced fee structure, the lowest level fee structure of these private medical colleges, and these are usually called CAT A. We are looking at CAT A seats only under government counseling. Under the government counseling, only those seats we will be looking at from a private seat perspective, private institute perspective. And now we look at NEET PG qualification of AP government quota. The qualification is the same. Any general category candidate is above 50%. EWS is above 50%, and URPWD is above 40%. Only difference here is you may not have been under OBC NCL in All India counseling. Basically, your caste might not have been under the OBC central list, let us say, or your caste was part of the OBC central list. You did not belong to the creamy layer in All India counseling. There in All India counseling, you have a 40. You don't fall under OBC NCL, so you fall under general, therefore you have a 50% criteria. But here in Andhra, if you belong to BCA, BCB, BCC, BCD or categories, then 40% is the criteria. There is no criteria. Your OBC NCL there is irrelevant. Whatever you have applied for there is irrelevant. Let us say you applied as OBC NCL, you applied as general category in All India counseling, still you will be able to apply under BCD, BCE in All India Counselling, in Andhra Pradesh Counselling. So OBC NCL for All India, general for All India does not matter. Here you can fresh apply as BC, BCD, BCA, BCB, BCC or BCD or BCE as per your caste category. Now EWS reservation was not applicable last year. Andhra Pradesh prospectus has had a specific clause which mentioned that it will be applicable only if seats are sanctioned for EWS by GOI or NMC. Seat sanction may not necessarily mean seat increase. We are yet to be sure about this. When EWS quota first came in, there were extra seats sanctioned by the government of India or NMC for that particular year in order to ensure that there is no reduction in seats for the other categories. That, if it happens, is what the prospectus mentions. We don't know whether EWS will come in. Wait for the notification of this year in case EWS category exists. Eligibility. Okay, there are two sets of candidates eligible for Andhra Pradesh seats. One, non-local candidates, and two, local candidates. We will look at eligibility in detail. It will take some time. We will provide absolute clarity so that you know for your particular demographics and parameters whether you are eligible for Andhra Pradesh government quota and under what seats will you be eligible for, whether you will be called local or non-local. Now the first thing to understand is that one candidate can be called local or non-local, seats can also be called local or non-local. So candidate can be local or non-local, seats can also be called local or non-local. Here we will be looking at first candidate, whether you are local or non-local. So if you have done your MBBS from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, you have done MBBS from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, only then the local term is relevant. First thing. In case you are not an MBBS from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, you are a resident of Andhra Pradesh, you fall under any other category, you are a non-local, straight away. If you are an MBBS from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, only then we said you are local. Now we will also look at what are the categories under local, what are the different regions under local. AU local, SVU local and OU local exist. If you are an MBBS from AU region, which means the entire state of Andhra Pradesh and then Telangana is split into one Andhra Pradesh AU region and SVU region, and then we have a OU region in Telangana. These are a set of districts. In AU region, there will be n number of districts. If your institute was in AU region, then because you did your MBBS from an institute in AU region, you are called AU local. What are these institutes? AU local institutes are mentioned over here. If you are an MBBS from any of these institutes, you are AU local. If you are an MBBS from any of these institutes which are within Andhra, you fall under the SVU local criteria. As a candidate, you are an SVU local candidate. It's a very simple thing. MBBS from Andhra, fall from these institutes AU local, from these institutes SVU local. If you did it from the Telangana state, then you fall under OU local. All the districts under Telangana come under OU local very clearly. So this is the distinction. Even if you are from Telangana, you can apply for Andhra Pradesh and you will be OU local. What seats you get will matter. We will come to that later. So first thing is we have very clearly distinguished SVU AU local, SVU local and OU local. There is only one medical college, Siddhartha Medical College, which has state-wide seats and it is not considered under any of these regions. Siddhartha Vijayawada, in case you have passed your MBBS from Siddhartha Vijayawada, you will be local. We said any MBBS from Andhra or Telangana is local. So you will be local, but your local region will be defined based on where you studied before your MBBS. You would have completed your education before your MBBS, right? Based on that, your local region status will be there. 7 years, let us say 6th to 12th, wherever you have studied, in which district you studied, will define your local status in Andhra Pradesh. So now we have defined the local status, and who is non-local? Anybody who studied an MBBS in any state other than Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, including FMGs, foreign medical graduates, they will fall under non-local if they belong to these criteria mentioned. So you have to be, and if you are an MBBS from AP or Telangana, don't need to worry local. If you are not an MBBS, let us say you have resided in Andhra Pradesh for 10 years, excluding the period of study outside state. You did your MBBS outside, obviously. You resided in Andhra Pradesh for 10 years. Yes, you can get a certificate on that residence, and then you will be considered non-local in Andhra Pradesh. Similarly, if your parents have resided, any one parent has resided in Andhra Pradesh for 10 years plus, you will be considered non-local in Andhra Pradesh. This is both for AP and Telangana, the residence criteria. Even if you have resided for 10 years in Telangana too, you will be considered non-local for Andhra Pradesh. Candidate or parent or spouse, they are employees of the state government, central government, PSUs, universities, or quasi-public, which is public institutions, basically semi-public institutions. Then if in Andhra or Telangana, still you will be considered non-local. And finally, let us say you are married to a person who is local. Your spouse is an MBBS from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. Then also you have the possibility of being non-local in Andhra Pradesh. If you fall under any of these 4 criteria, get a certificate from the corresponding authority mentioning that you have resided or your spouse is a local, which will require an MBBS certificate of your spouse, or if your parent or your spouse is employed in an organization, get the required documents for that, and you will be considered non-local even if though you did not do your MBBS from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. This we have defined very clearly. So till this part of what you are seeing is very clear. MBBS, based on MBBS, any domicile, that is something that we want to stress. An MBBS from Andhra Pradesh, even if they belong to a different domicile, let us say they belong to the state of Karnataka, Maharashtra, or Jammu and Kashmir, they are still considered local just because they did their MBBS from Andhra. This is very clear. Now, there are seats which are locals. It is pretty straightforward. The seats are pretty straightforward. There are 2 sets of local category seats, AU local, SVU local seats. Any seat in these set of institutions are, of these, 85% are reserved for AU local. So let us say there are 100 seats in total out of these institutes. 85% of PG seats under the Andhra Pradesh state government quota will be considered AU local. We are now defining seats. Similarly, SVU local will be 85% of seats under this particular set of institutes. Of these, 85% will be SVU local. What happens to the rest 15%? They will be non-local seats and they will be considered unreserved. We are bringing in a new term here, unreserved. So seats are split into local and unreserved. 85% for the same region candidates, which is AU region candidates, which is AU local seats. The rest 15% of AU region institutes will be unreserved seats. Same for SVU region as well. In Siddhartha alone, you have this set of seats, right? AU local, SVU local, OU local. Siddhartha reservation is split across as AU local, OU local, and SVU local and unreserved seats. It has OU local as well. Note that this is the only set of seats which have OU local seats. Only institute where OU local seats are there. Siddhartha Medical College has seats split into OU local, SVU local, AU local, and then unreserved seats as well. Now, this is how seats are defined. So, an AU local person as a candidate, you already know where you did your MBBS from. AU local person will be eligible for AU local seats. That is, 85% of these seats are only reserved for AU local candidates who did MBBS from AU region. Then another 15% which are unreserved in all institutes. Over here there is unreserved. Over here in SVU region, of these there are 15% unreserved. Siddhartha Medical College has unreserved seats. Those seats too they are eligible for. In addition, they will also be eligible for something which is Siddhartha Medical College AU local seats. So they will be eligible for all AU local seats from this and every unreserved seat of AU region, SVU region and Siddhartha Medical College. So that is, I hope that is very clear. Similarly, SVU local candidates are eligible for SVU local seats, which is 85% of SVU region seats, 15% of unreserved seats cut across. And candidates from Siddhartha Medical College, depending upon which local they belong to, AU local candidates are eligible for AU local, SVU local candidates are eligible for SVU local, and the rest for unreserved seats. Just hold on, we'll just complete it and move on to the next one on eligibility, and most importantly the round based eligibility logic. Finally, and similarly OU local, we told that OU local candidates will be eligible for this set of seats which are OU local only in Siddhartha Medical College, a small percentage of seats, and all the other unreserved seats. Non-local candidates are eligible only for the unreserved seats over here, which is 15% of AU region, 15% of SUU region, and the 15% of seats of Siddhartha Medical College, which are unreserved. So this is the split across. If you are a non-local, then you are eligible only for unreserved seats, and local candidate is eligible for the same local and all the unreserved seats. That is how it is. Reservation, we'll skip this. You can have a look at this. Only thing we want to mention over here is that there is a 5% horizontal reservation for PWD candidates. You will have to, if you are a PWD candidate, you have to appear before the medical board appointed by NTRUHS, and NTRUHS is now changed, right? So NTRUHS, and you will be and only after that you will be eligible for PWD seats. 30% of clinical seats out of the total seats in Andhra Pradesh. 30% have, there is an in-service reservation as well. In-service reservation is for candidates who have completed 2 years in tribal. You can see this criteria, and from specific areas of health services including insurance and University of Health Sciences. They don't have incentive marks, but out of the total seats, 30% in clinical and 50% of non-clinical are reserved for in-service candidates. You have to have clarity on this. In-service candidates will not have any incentives. In-service candidates will have a separate merit list. They will be eligible only for this 30%. Whatever you see over here, only for this set of seats they will be eligible for. They will not compete in the non-service seats. However, if after allotment of all in-service candidates, there are seats still left, they will be converted to non-service, and then post that in-service candidates will not be able to take those seats. Usually this happens before the non-service allotment of round 2. So basically before non-service allotment of round 2, in-service candidates will have opportunities, maybe 1 or 2 rounds, to get to be allotted against all the in-service seats. Last year it happened that way. There is a minor thing which with respect to cutoff reduction there, we'll manage that, we'll let you know that later. But before the round 2 last year, all in-service allotments happened, and the leftover seats, balance seats were converted to non-service seats for non-service candidates. And you can look at the other factors, etc., including a penalty if they don't serve for 6 years after completion. The website is Dr. NTRUHS, and the application links are given here. This may change this year when the notifications come in. We'll put it up in the ZyNerd dashboard itself, like you're seeing. And basic registration is required. You just register with an OTP like you do for ZyNerd, and then the user ID and password are sent to you. Pay the required fees for registration, and you upload your photo signature, which is required for upload. What you need is a passport size photo and the image of your signature, and some documents. All documents need to be scanned and need to be scanned and uploaded in for Andhra Pradesh counseling. They'll check the documents, and only then you will be eligible for the counseling. The merit list will contain all the candidates who are properly sent across documents, and that has been verified by the NTRUHS team, NTRUHS office. Now you will have to upload all certificates in PDF format. Passport size photo and image has to be in JPG format. Nothing to be sent across to NTRUHS. You will all upload it online, and then they will get back, or if you call, they will let you know in case there are any issues. What are the certificates required? Just go through the certificates. We are not getting into detail. You have the entire. You can pass here and look at the certificates. Here, these which are mentioned in blue are the ones which are required to be mandatory for every candidate. So all these are required for every candidate. And the study certificate is a certificate which is usually taken from your institute, mentioning the period of study and that you have gone through from this year to this year, you have completed your MBBS. Similar to a bona fide certificate, a bona fide certificate is also accepted by the Andhra Pradesh authority. So in case your friends or anyone have an issue with respect to what a study certificate is, if they have a bona fide certificate, ask them to send that across. That is fine. It is usually from the institute. And the rest of it are direct certificates. The NEET PG scorecard we are expecting tomorrow, I guess, and or maybe a little later. We were expecting it a little earlier, even though they mentioned that 25th was the date. They usually share it within a week or so. and the rest of it only if required, like transfer certificate or migration certificate, it is not required at the time of application. You don't need to upload it. Like there are certain certificates, like let us say study certificate 6 to 12. If you are from Siddhartha, an MBBS from Siddhartha, we said your 6 to 12th is what will define your local criteria. So your 6 to 12th study certificate should be available, and in case you are claiming non-local status, 10 years of residence proof or employment certificates of parents working, or an MBBS certificate, or your mentioning that your spouse is a local, etc. will be required. Community or caste certificate and minority certificate in case it is applicable for, I guess there is only one Muslim minority institute in Andhra Pradesh, and you have eligible service certificate. Okay, for service candidates, the rest of the certificate have a lot of passport size photos always available with you, and that's pretty much in case candidates migrated from Telangana to Andhra Pradesh, they might need a certificate. Many of you may not need it. Now we'll come to the next part, which is the most awaited one, round-wise eligibility. Actually, we have to say that over the last 1 week, as far as Andhra Pradesh and Telangana is concerned, we have got quite a few subscribers from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana who have been looking at data in detail. We see that usually the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana look at the candidates look at data to the lowest possible extent, analyze it very, very thoroughly before moving into round 2 or taking decisions for round 2. Now, when you look at data so much, the first query is what all will I be eligible for? What will happen if I move on from one round to another, especially in the context of round 1 of Andhra Pradesh, competent authority quota, which is the state quota, and round 1 of management quota Andhra Pradesh, and then round 2 of CQ, MQ, and so on till mop up. Who will be eligible? Will I be able to shift, etc. First thing we want to say is Andhra Pradesh prospectus or information bulletin will be released, let us say 2 months down the line, or 1.5 months, 2 months down the line. When it is released, it will not have any of this. The information bulletin will not give you any idea on this. Only when the web option notifications, which is a choice filling notifications, are shared for each round, you will have this information. This has been happening for a long time, and every year there have been 1 or 2 minor changes in each round's eligibility. So what we are discussing now is 2022's information, and that will help you in at least knowing what was there in 2022. We expect that it will be similar. Why? Because from the last year, the state round 2 joint candidates being ineligible for any further rounds was absolutely clear, right? So because this is absolutely clear, AP redefined its rules to a minimal extent and then came up with the rules to align with the state round 2 joint candidates not being eligible. So we have created a bit of suspense, but first thing we'll start with round 1. What happened last year? Competent authority quota web options happened first. It happened for 2 days. Before the results of the competent authority quota were released, management quota web options happened. So a candidate filled in choices for competent quota, which is the government quota what we are discussing, and then the management quota, and waited for the results. After the choice filling, on the last date exactly, I think, of the choice filling of management quota, competent authority quota results were published. This was neck to neck. So CQ results were published, and after that MQ results were processed and published 2 days later. So you have 2 results, CQ and MQ, with candidates parallelly, almost parallelly, or one after the other, filling in choices. Candidates might have got allotted in CQ and MQ. This was what happened last year. Some candidates were allotted only in CQ, some candidates were allotted only in MQ. Those candidates did not have a confusion. Some candidates were allotted both in CQ and MQ. They were able to choose one of these, either CQ or MQ choice. So in round 1, very clearly, the choice, it is possible even after being allotted in round 1's competent authority quota to join to be allotted in management quota and join the round 1 management quota seat. So in round 1 you have a choice, be very clear. Round 2, when the candidates wanted to go, state round 2 started. Before that, all India round 2 happens, right? Let us say you joined in competent authority quota round 1 of Andhra Pradesh or MQ round 1 of Andhra Pradesh. You are holding a seat. The candidates were allowed to resign these seats after All India round 2 allotment happened. So basically, the day after All India allotment was released, a candidate who is holding a state round 1 Andhra Pradesh government quota or a management quota seat, they were allowed to resign and join the All India round 2 seat without any penalty. Deduction in fees is all different. Without any penalty, you don't need to pay the 3 lakhs penalty, etc. You can join the All India round 2 seat. State R1 to All India round 2 was possible. It will be possible this year too. That is what causes movements. Once the candidate joins All India round 2 from a state R2 seat, anyways, the candidate ends his entire counseling journey there. All India round 2 seat is the candidate's final seat. So the candidate does not have any other confusion, straight goes All India round 2 and joins. Now we are at a scenario where the candidate did not join All India round 2 and they have state round 1 seats in hand, either CQ or MQ. Round 2 starts. First query is, I missed out my round 1 registration. Will I be able to register in round 2? Last year, before state round 2 started, reduction in cutoff happened. Be very clear, reduction in cutoff happened. Therefore, AP opened up new registration. So somebody who missed out registration in state round 1, even though they were eligible earlier, 540 marks, 43 marks, you will see the merit list, 543 marks, missed out the first round registration, went ahead and was and registered in round 2 for the first time, along with the reduced cutoff eligible candidates. Both were able to register, fill up all the scan and upload all the documents and be eligible for round 2. Fresh registration was possible, but the previous year 2021 admission session, AP only had a round 3 fresh registration. They did not have a round 2 fresh registration. Last year, why did they have it? We think they had it before round 2 only because the reduced cutoff happened and they did not want to carry over another registration in round 3. So be very clear. We are not saying that just because it happened in round 2 last year, it will happen this year. We advise, if you are interested in AP, in the round 1 itself, register so that you are safe. We don't know whether they will allow registration in round 2. We come to the actual query, MQR1. This is the biggest, this is the query that has come in from most number of candidates. I take a seat in management quota R1, join the seat. Can I move to CQ R1? This is what it is possible. You take a seat in management quota R1, you can move to competent authority quota. One second, I think we should have changed. Yeah. So whether I'll be able to get a seat to CQ R2. So that is a query. Management quota R1, I have got a seat. Can I fill in choices for CQ R2? Government quota R2, yes, you can fill in choices, and you will be able to move from MQ R1 to CQ R2. What will happen? You have joined the seat in MQ R1, you are allotted a seat in CQ R2. You will have to go to the CQ R2 and complete admissions. The MQ R1 institute will automatically send across all the documents, and your fee will also be refunded in most of the cases. In case you are in doubt, when you join in MQ R1, check with the institute. They will also tell you that this is possible through a rule by Andhra Pradesh. They allow this. MQ R1 to CQ R2 is possible. Let us say you had got a seat in CQ R1 and you did not join the seat. CQ R1, government quota, I got a seat, I did not join the seat. Those candidates were also eligible for CQ R2. Forget MQ R1. Anyone who got a seat in CQ R1 and did not join the seat, they were also eligible for CQ R2. Only thing is, you got a seat in CQ R1, right? That seat, the not joined choice of round 1, you will not be able to add. You will lose that choice. The rest of the choices will be available. Fresh choice filling in R2 as well, which is basically fresh web options in R2 as well. And round 3, mop up. For mop up, who is eligible? There is a very tricky thing here. You are allotted in round 1 or round 2 of CQ. Whether you join or not, such candidates are not eligible for mop up. So filling choices becomes very critical. You are filling a choice that you are not interested in government quota round 1. You may get a second chance in government quota round 2 because it is only that choice that will not be available. You will be eligible for round 2, but you will not get a choice in mop up So be very clear, in round 1 or round 2 you are allotted in any one of these rounds and you do not join doesn't matter, you will not be eligible for mop-up. That was the rule of last year. It is a very unique rule, only limited to AP, so be very clear about this rule. Any candidate holding any seat was not eligible for mop-up, and obviously if you joined any state R2 seat including Andhra Pradesh CQR2 or Andhra Pradesh MQR2, you were not eligible. So basically upgradation from state R2 to mop-up was not possible. In fact, right from the time you are allotted, you are out of allotted in R1 or R2, you are out of mop-up. So this question of joining is not relevant, but anyways, other state candidates, it is relevant, so they were not eligible for mop-up. And fresh web options in all rounds. And what happened after that is, after mop-up, there was a mop-up round 2 where without choice filling, basically with the same choices with the vacancies, mop-up round 2 allotment happened. This was all in a period of 3 days. And finally, there was a stray with fresh registration on one day, and the same day web options happened, and then results were published, and within a day candidates had to go join. And this was on December 1st and 2nd, and then the next in January there was a special stray round. We will be updating all this information in ZyNerd as well. After round 2, what is the penalty? When is the penalty applicable? In round 2 you join a seat and you resign the seat, or in mop-up you join the seat and you resign a seat, there was a penalty. In mop-up alone there was one notification mentioning that if you don't join an allotted seat there will be a penalty applicable. Implementation we are not sure. Fees, you can look at the fees for registration. For OC and BC candidates it's 7,000 plus a verification fee of 3,540 if MBBS from India. For SC ST candidates it's 5,900 plus a verification of fee of rupees 3,540 if the MBBS is from India. If you are an FMGE, in addition to this fee, you will also have to pay 8,260 extra for verification. FMGs who are resident of Andhra Pradesh are eligible for non-local seats. So that is one thing that FMGs can look at. Payment is usually online, and the fee structure is mentioned over here. SBIMS is 1,75,000, but their stipend is 80,000 plus. Note that stipend. And government quota is 38,000. When you are downloading the allotment letter for government quota, after you are allotted, you will have to download the allotment letter. That you have to do by paying 23,600 rupees. Private institutes under government quota Cat A are at 4.32 lakhs, but for clinicals, but there is a case going on. You know that the case judgment, the first batch is after 2020 when this was announced. They are coming out this year. Hopefully we will get some information, but there's been no hearing at all over the last 2 years or so. So we're not sure. Hopefully some clarity will at least be there for candidates to make their choices. We sincerely hope that. And in case you resign after round 2, actually this is round 2 deadline, round 2 joining, any resignation after round 2 joining results in a penalty from last year, 3 lakhs plus 18% GST needs to be paid in case you resign after round 2 joining at any point in time. Round 1 resignation, which we said was for all India round 2 or any other state, that doesn't entail a penalty. Bond is there. State government quota candidates alone we are discussing only state counseling. State government quota candidates have a 1 year 40 lakh bond. In all government institutes, SVIMS, there is a 20 lakhs bond for 1 year basically. This is the discontinuation. In case you discontinue, you will have to pay this as well, plus the GST. And if you are not completing your bond, for SVIMS, the stipend has to be provided as well. For SVIMS, the stipend has to be provided as well. And in case you are discontinuing in government institutes, the stipend has to be provided as well. It is available over here very clearly, and you are debarred for 3 years in case you discontinue after joining a round 2 seat. Discontinuation is after joining a round 2 seat or a mop-up seat or a stray seat. If you discontinue, you will be debarred for 3 years. And in service candidates can look at the data over here for incentives and the penalty. That is pretty much from our end. What we will do is we will look at how to look at information on Andhra Pradesh closing. So Andhra Pradesh has one of the most complicated allotment lists, which hope the PDF is visible. Andhra Pradesh has one of the most complicated allotment lists ever. They do it across institute and then within that course wise. Usually your preference is course wise, so you'll find it a little difficult to go through this. What you need to do is, you need to search, let us say, for general surgery. This is the round 1 allotment. I am looking at where general surgery closed in Andhra Pradesh. I look at general surgery, and here it will be clearly mentioned what category the candidate belongs to. This is the category of the candidate. Here it will be mentioned what seat it is, OC general or whatever seat that the candidate had, and here it will mention the institute. So in this case, the institute is Andhra Medical College Visakhapatnam. That will also be mentioned over here, and here it will mention what category that the candidate comes under, what course the candidate has taken, like general surgery or OBG, etc. Local or non-local, L refers to the seat, local, and local or unreserved, and UR refers to the seat, and then whether this was a service seat or a non-service seat and which phase. I look at general surgery for Andhra Medical College, then I will see that the seat was allotted till rank 9000, NEET rank 9663, but I don't know the candidates what rank? State rank, yeah, so I don't know that. Now I am going on to general surgery. I want to look at general surgery in another institute. I will once again click here, go back to the next general surgery institute, Apollo Institute or any government institutes. If you want to look at, you go back to general surgery, look at the ranks for 8143. There is a better method which will show how. It will take you a long time for each round. ZyNerd has the complete information in the form of closing ranks. You're able to see the, hope you're able to see the way. Okay, so in this ZyNerd page where we have closing ranks, you can just go into Andhra Pradesh, you can go into government quota. It has been, Andhra is one of the states where we find it, Andhra and Maharashtra, where we find it extremely difficult to map the list to into quotas. We have done it here. If you are non-service AU local, very clearly we have a filter over here. Let us say you are non-service AU local looking at general surgery. Click on non-service AU local general surgery. You know that you are also eligible for unreserved. So you are non-service, select Andhra Pradesh government quota, unreserved seats. All the seats that you are eligible for will come in. If you have a confusion on what is AU local, what is SBU local, etc., everything is available over here with each category's definition. You go and select these, and you are looking at general surgery, and you belong to a particular category. Let us say open general category. You will get the entire list of seats that have been allotted. You will be able to filter out government institutes that you want. All the rounds are also available over here. You will simply be able to filter out where each seat was allotted, and this is in sorted. So this is in clear sorted order of closing ranks. Now you see the counseling ranks over here. You want to switch over to all India ranks, you will be able to switch over to all India ranks. All the seats that we saw over there, which were in round 1, will also be visible over here. If you want to see, and if you click on it, all the seats that were there will be available. The closing ranks were also available. So this will give you a complete idea of what was available under each quota. And in case you belong to another quotas, all it requires is to add on another. Let us say you belong to you are eligible for open female quota, then you all add on open female as well. Let us say you want to change this to general medicine, instantly you will be able to get all the closing ranks without having to go through all the PDFs. Definitely it will save 5 or 6 days and will be pretty easy to analyze. In case you have any queries, if you are a ZyNerd subscriber, make use of it. Don't need to go through the PDFs at all. Till 2023, when you have to take decisions for round 1 of All India and round 2 especially of All India versus state round 1 of round 2 of Andhra Pradesh, you will have excellent information over here, instantly filterable with the details. The stipend alone, I'm sure some of you are looking at the stipend. The stipend will be updated. The stipend has been updated to 50,000. This is last year's information, so it is 44. We will be updating the stipend as well when with the revised fee structure and everything for all the institutes of Andhra Pradesh. You can also look at private institutes over here. You just select private institute state university. You will get the closing ranks of all private institutes of Andhra Pradesh for any course that you want. You can do it for any quota. In an instant, you will be able to get every information across Andhra Pradesh. This is for government quota, so everything will say a bond of 1 year. So that is pretty much. Just wanted to show you how quick and how simple you will be able to access it through ZyNerd. If you still want to go back to the PDFs, that's fine, but ZyNerd provides you a better way to do that. We will look at now comments, any queries that have come up. If you have any queries, even now post it. By the time we complete the queries, we will be able to answer most of them. DNB seats of different category. We had a session yesterday, and the session is also under the live section. So that is something that you can have a look at. Just go to the live section of the ZyNerd's ZyNerd YouTube channel, and you will have that information. I got 6,300 DNB seats of different category in group. So it is available in a PDF format, I think, in the group too. But that is only for this year. So next year we may not, year on year we do not post it. It is available in ZyNerd. This DNB closing ranks of other categories are also available in a PDF format, but it will be very difficult like this. But if you want to look at, you can look at it in a PDF format. It is available in the Telegram. Can we join PG? Can we join PG by High Court stay on caste certificate which is pending? Can you please elaborate that? I'm not sure which one you are referring to. Maybe if it is an individual case actually which is relevant only for you, you can call us on the support number. We'll try to check on what it is. We are not legal experts though, but we'll try to check on if there have been any cases similar or out of experience. We have some information on that. Any bond exists for diploma seats too? Does bond exist for what kind of PG diplomas? I don't think there are any PG diplomas. I think only Andhra or something has some PG diplomas. I'm not sure if any other. One medical college, I think one or two medical colleges alone have PG diplomas, but I think those have also been changed to MDMS. I think the current change also includes that. So I'm not sure if we'll have any more PG diplomas. We'll look at those. Just hold on. It's pretty straightforward here. Just click on diplomas. Yeah, Andhra. In government colleges, only these exist. As for now, bond exists here for PG diplomas too. There's no distinction that is mentioned. Bond exists for PG diplomas too. So only these exist. DDVL in Andhra and DLO DPM in SV and Guntur. Yeah, only very few seats. And what else is there? Which seat you can get? See, if you're at 6,300 rank, it is straightforward. Let's say you go into this portal, your all India rank is 6,300, change it to 6,300, and they suggest a 15%. So put in something like 6,000, 5,500 till any rank range, 8,000, because whatever goes beyond 6,300 you would be interested in, and select the quota that you belong to. Let us say you belong to unreserved, non-service unreserved category, then select unreserved. You are non-local, select non-service unreserved, and you will be able to see all the seats that were allotted above that particular rank range in the round 1 and round 2, round 1 till the last rounds of 2021 and 2022. Here we are selecting 2022. Actually 2021 had multiple rounds. Even 2022 we are yet to update the mop-up 2 stray and special stray rounds. That will add on. If you want to still filter, you can filter. Here you will see what all seats were allotted for unreserved category. Only these seats were available. One factor you need to consider is that some seats may change category. So if something is like your BCB female candidate, let us say we take a open female candidate over here, it is not necessary that this NRI Guntur general surgery seat will come under open female, and therefore till the time the seat matrix is released, you will have only a broad idea of something similar to this will be available. In seats in certain institutes where the seat numbers are high, obviously 1 or 2 seats will be available. So we'll close there pretty much. DNB offers NBMS diploma. Yes, so we had this presentation yesterday. I'm not sure if you have missed it. Yesterday or day before yesterday we had this on DNB seats. It is in the live session. We have covered this in detail. NBS diploma or DNB, private institutes do not have a bond. NBE diploma or DNB, government institutes have a bond. So if you go to all India counseling over here, where through which NBE diplomas are allotted, just go to NBE diploma and select all the states that you have a bond. You will have the list of all states that have a bond of 1 year. Similarly, you can check on all states that have a bond of 2 years for NBE diplomas. You will have that information. We will also be updating it for 2023. This is only in government hospitals, no private hospitals. NBE diploma, DNB, government hospitals only have a bond. FMGE people have least chances in state counseling. Is that true? It depends on the state. If you are from Andhra Pradesh, you will be eligible anyways. Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, you will be eligible only for the non-local seats of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Many states don't even allow FMGEs to participate in the state counseling. You are a domicile of Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, you will be eligible at least for the non-local seats of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. You have a chance for those seats. In certain states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, etc., FMGEs may even be eligible for GM category seats or the government quota seats, which are a larger chunk equivalent to anybody else if they are domicile. So it depends on the state. Some states like Maharashtra clearly don't allow FMGEs at all. Uttar Pradesh doesn't allow FMGEs at all for government quota. You have a chance here, which is better than many states, but there are 1 or 2 states which can be better. FMGEs are considered equivalent to every candidate as far as All India counseling is concerned. So you might have a slightly better chance in All India counseling where there is no partition, where there is no categorization of seats specific for FMG. And I think fine. So that is pretty much. If you're going by your All India rank, then it doesn't matter. I think All India quota, if you're going by, then you will get the same chance. Private institutes across open seats and deemed FMGs, all these FMGs are eligible equivalent to any other candidate who has done their MBBS from India. So we are closing this session, and in case you think that this was useful, please refer it to your friends, and in case you are using ZyNerd, you have any feedback, give it to us. We'll try to better it. Most importantly, we will be sharing these videos as split videos for on eligibility, round rules, etc. We will also be running another session after the information bulletin is out for Andhra Pradesh. We'll try our level best to do that and explaining any changes in the information bulletin, and throughout the counseling every notification will be there, especially for Andhra. We will. And finally, closing with one thing: if you are participating in mop-up or even in round 2 of Andhra will publish, Andhra especially, not even Telangana, Andhra will publish notifications at 10 PM at night, and the next day morning the choice filling will be closed. Basically, choice filling notification will come at 10 PM, 11 o'clock choice filling will open, and the next day morning 8 AM choice filling will close. Mop-up, stray, special stray, etc. Be very, very clear. Keep looking at notifications on a daily basis, and in the morning please keep looking at notifications at that point in time if you are following Andhra. We will anyways be notifying in the main page in big bold letters, but if somebody doesn't is not awake at 8 o'clock, they lose the chance. We have seen many candidates. Unfortunate that Andhra Pradesh does this, but yeah, keep notice of that. Thank you so much for watching.